In my role as a business analyst, I'm almost never doing the same thing on a day-to-day basis. So it's hard to explain briefly what I do. So this is another part of my quick series on what it is I do day to day. So one of the key aspects of a business analyst is asking questions. And one of the keys to getting good or valuable answers is providing or obtaining clear context to frame the question. This is a key difference between an order taker and a business analyst. An easy non-IT example. Let's say it's time to get a new car for your household. So you ask your spouse, who is a key household stakeholder. You could ask, what kind of car do you want? And you might get a quick and clear answer like a Shelby Mustang, which would not be wrong. They do want a Shelby Mustang. Depending on where you are in the analysis process, you might already have context and just have to resolve one open need, in this case, the next car. A business analyst who already has good context might instead preface the ask with, given that we want to start having children next year and plan on getting a dog, what do you think is the best car to match the lifestyle we want in the next few years? If you don't already have context, then those are just the questions that need to be asked. When do you think you want to start having kids? Do we want pets in the future? As an analyst in the IT world, context might be something like the overall objective of the initiative or the areas of impact. A simple IT example might be what should that button say? Without context, the person you're asking might just pick words that resonate with them. However, if you remind them of the age, location, goals, or whatever of the intended users, the answer might change. In my current work, one initiative of mine was to get an e-commerce tool up and running to allow customers who previously didn't have the ability to place orders for themselves to place orders on their own. However, the tool was also replacing a very dated tool a few of our customers were already using. So, as always with limited resources, the question was, which user group should we tackle first? Okay, the context was, we currently have a user group using a very dated and unattractive tool built on an old technology that is becoming harder to maintain and enhance, which does impact those customers' view of us as a company. Whereas the other group does not represent a customer today, and thus they don't have any expectation yet. In addition, the users that were already using our ugly system are resellers who have their own equipment orders to fulfill, and they are already using our system and will continue to do so to keep their businesses running. In other words, revenue from this group will not increase by putting them in a hot new tool. Whereas the other user group will represent new revenue we don't get today. So then the question shifts from which user group do we want first to what is the objective of the e-commerce tool initiative? Is it to generate more revenue for the company, or is it to improve our current customer satisfaction and loyalty? Which is why having objective statements, mission statements, vision statements, and etc. really matter, so people can stay focused and aid in the decision making when obvious right or wrong decisions, or when the obvious right or wrong decision isn't clear. So people in life and in business are often focused on their own bubble or context of work, and without providing clear context for the problem, especially without providing information outside of their current bubble, you might get answers that don't get the expected value or don't correctly address all the areas of impact. Thanks again for listening. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll either reply to you directly in the comments or create a new video to address it directly. So as usual, subscribe so you could be the first to get those answers. Thanks for listening.